Graitec steel, multi-part base connections for railings. In this tutorial, we are working in advanced steel with the Graitec steel stairs and railings tools. The focus is on multi-part base connections for standard railings, which inserts additional components at the base of the post. This option does not depend on the post size. The post is defined in the usual way. It inserts a series of special part components, called configurations. In the Connection Definition tab, define the manufacturer and product type. These fields allow the use of different product ranges. In the railing dialog, each segment can use a specific configuration. For straight segments, select from available examples. For sloped segments, dedicated configurations are also available. The system detects the segment type and applies the appropriate configuration automatically. The base connection is controlled using rotation and positioning parameters. By default, rotation is set to 0. Adjust this value in 90 degrees increments to control orientation. The component at the base of the post consists of two elements. It is inserted with a standard bolt fitting, which can be replaced with another option from the available list. For example, this is a disc-type fitting with a disc cover. Zooming in shows that the connection consists of two components, an internal element and an external cover. This is where the multi-part arrangement is introduced at the base of the post. The connection can also be configured to create only holes. When connecting the railing to a beam, this option disables the previously selected bolts or anchors. Switch to a different arrangement in the model. This configuration includes a sloped railing segment. The multi-part base connection detects sloped segments and applies the appropriate configuration. Once enabled, the same fitting used for level segments is applied. The bolt size was adjusted earlier. The cover element and the disc underneath are using a different arrangement. This arrangement is designed to suit the slope angle. The configuration is selected from the available options in the drop-down list. If multiple configurations are available, select the required option. In this example, a single configuration is applied to the level sections. The original fitting is retained for these segments. Connection settings include hole definition, bolt definition, and rotation. Use the tree structure to modify individual segments. Rotation can be applied selectively, depending on the segment. Configuration settings can also be copied between segments. The same tree structure is used as in the standard macro. To demonstrate this, the railing is placed on a beam. The same connection options apply when attaching the railing to a beam. Enable the post connection under the connection type settings. A different base arrangement is created. In the Connection Definition tab, a multi-part configuration is applied. The same workflow applies when railings are connected to beams. The system creates a different arrangement suited for beam connections. In some cases, the initial orientation may appear incorrect. Adjust the rotation to correct the alignment. If the connection is positioned above the beam, apply an offset. Offsets move the base connection to align correctly with the beam flange. The base connection may contain multiple parts grouped into one configuration. These parts can be reviewed individually if needed. All multi-part configurations are managed in the Special Part Manager. A dedicated category called Railing Multipart is available. This environment centralizes all configurations used for base connections. Within this category, define manufacturers, product types, and available configurations. New configurations can be created as required. Each configuration contains a set of special parts. Each part includes parameters controlling its position along the X, Y, and Z axes. Rotation and offset values define how each component is positioned relative to the post. These settings control the insertion point of the configuration at the base of the post. To create a custom configuration, start from an existing example. Adjust offsets and rotation parameters until the components are correctly aligned. Configurations can be saved at any time. Additional parts can be added or removed as required. Each component includes data fields such as model role and weight. User-defined attributes can also be added if needed. In the Post Parameters tab, define how the base connection is applied. Platform settings define top placement. Side settings define lateral placement. The railing orientation can be set as straight, sloped, or corner. Available parameters depend on the configuration type. For example, specific dimensions become active depending on the selected setup. Post shortening can also be defined. This adjusts the post length to accommodate the base connection geometry. Base shape selection influences connector layout. A circular configuration uses radial placement. Connector spacing is controlled using defined parameters. Different configurations allow different layouts. In conclusion, the multi-part base connection extends the capabilities of the standard railing macro. Using configurations ensures consistency across railing segments.